know for sure, what I know for sure is that the most intimate relationship any one of us is ever going to have is with our own body. And for many of us, it will also be our most dysfunctional. And that dysfunction wreaks havoc on your health and wellness. And so, to improve your health and wellness, you must embody your wellness vision. You must tap in to your unique motivations. And you must learn to communicate with yourself as a friend and not an enemy. So as you're sitting out there today, I bet you fall into one of two camps. Camp A, you're thinking, I'm pretty fit, I'm actually pretty healthy, and I don't have a dysfunctional relationship with my body. She must be talking to someone else. Or you're in Camp B, and you think, dysfunction? Dysfunction doesn't even begin to cover it. This is a junk show. There is no relationship. We're estranged at best and enemy combatants at worst. And no amount of airy-fairy positive self-talk is going to fix this. And no matter where you are on that continuum, that is where you are today in your wellness journey. And today, I invite you to make the choice to take the next step. So, how did I get here? Aside from coming down I-25 in my Subaru and all that good stuff. I got here through a long process. I've been on my wellness journey a really long time. Or at least it feels like a really long time. And I've had two distinctive phases in that journey. The first phase began when I was 26 years old. I was 26 years old. I was 60 pounds overweight. I was in a horrific relationship with my then boyfriend. And I lost my job. My world plunged into chaos. And from that chaos, I decided, I'm taking control. I'm going to be powerful. I'm going to control the one thing that I can control, my weight. And over the next 8 months, I lost those 60 pounds. And how did I do that? Through sensible diet, sensible exercise, and extreme psychological warfare. And I used that strategy for the next decade. I was able to maintain my weight loss. I was able to stay fit, and I was super unhappy. Because the thing in me wasn't fixed. My motivation was a motivation of control. And then something amazing happened. I became a mom. I have 2 beautiful girls, they're twins. And when I had these gorgeous little stinky babies, there was this voice deep inside me that was like, this isn't sustainable. And I was pissed. I was like, are you kidding me? I have spent the last decade mastering the thing about me that I hate the most, the fat girl. Right? And now you're telling me that I can't sustain this? What are you talking? I've done it for 10 years. What do you mean? I can sustain this. But deep inside, I knew I couldn't. And so I had to do some more work. And I wasn't happy about that, frankly. And what I needed to do was I needed to find my heartfelt motivation. I needed to find the thing that made the effort worth it. And my heartfelt motivation is twofold. I want to be a good role model for my daughters. I want them to grow up in a family where their mom loves her body and respects her health. And I want to be there, actively in their lives. I'm an older mom. I'm going to be 54 when they graduate from high school. But I want to run the turkey trots with them. And I want to pick out the prom dresses. And I want to hold their babies someday. And I can only do that if I invest in my health and my wellness. So obviously I've learned some things along my journey, right? And today I work as a health and wellness coach, and I help people facilitate their work with what I call the 3 facets of personal wellness. The first facet is your wellness vision. And all you guys are probably like, what? A wellness vision. This is something that we do not teach in our culture, but we have an expectation for. We expect effortless perfection of ourselves and others, but we never take the time to figure out what that is and how the hell to get there. I can bet every single one of you in this room has spent more time on your business plan, your strategy, your marketing for your business in the last 6 months than you spent considering, well, how do I want to feel in 6 months? How do I want to feel in a year? And your wellness vision is a deeply personal thing. It's what wellness means to you. It's not what society tells you it should, it's what wellness means to you. So it could be, I want to drop a few pounds. Or I want to wake up energized and ready for the day. Or I want less pain or more flexibility. That is where your wellness vision is anchored. And we set that on a 6 to 12 month horizon. So we're not talking forever, we're talking 6 to 12 months. So that's facet 1. Facet 2 is your heartfelt motivation. And this was the thing for me that got me there, right? This was the thing that once I got out of my head and got out of the shoulds and the I need tos and the I ought tos and the punitive stuff and got into my heart, I was able to find a sustainable system. So this is the why behind the why, right? When you think about motivation, you're like, oh, I'll lose 10 pounds from a high school reunion. That is a motivation, absolutely. And is there something behind that that will not only make it achievable short term, but sustainable long term? And so heartfelt, it's in your heart, not in your head, and it's certainly not an exterior entity imposing this on you. This is about you owning your motivation. Facet number 3 is compassionate communication. We have to learn how to treat ourselves with kindness and compassion. In this part, we work on taking out the shoulds, the guilt, the judgment from our self-talk, right? I know for myself, and I'm guessing most of you out there have said things to yourself that you would not say to another human being on the planet because of how horrible and devastating it would be to them. But you are free to say it to yourself. So if you're communicating as an ally rather than an enemy, we need to change that, right? We need a different model of communication. So we look at our behaviors objectively, without judgment, and we listen to our feelings to see what they're telling us about our core needs. They're completely honest messengers. It's the most honesty you're ever going to get if you're willing to listen. And so those are the three facets. And unfortunately or fortunately, this is not a linear thing. This is not an A to B to C, and I'm done, right? That's not what this is. And it's not a destination thing, right? You're never going to get to just like, oh, I am perfect. It isn't, right? Because throughout your life, your wellness vision, your motivations, they're going to change, right? And so what I do in my coaching is I help people learn the skills to do this work themselves throughout their lifetime. So you can imagine that this is kind of intense stuff, right? It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not. And it's so worth it. It's so worth it because of the outcome. In this work, you deal with transformation around behaviors, long-standing, deep personal beliefs, and your identity. It's big stuff. And today, I would like to invite you to a challenge from Facets 3. So the next time you do something, whatever your thing is, and that little voice comes out and says, "You idiot! You ate an entire bag of Cheetos? No wonder you're fat," right? Or maybe your voice says, "Why didn't you stay up so late? You know better." Or, "Good girls do not drink that much alcohol on a Tuesday night." All right, we've all got one, right? It might be, it's going to be different for each of us. But when that little voice pops up, I want you to stop. I want you to stop and take a really deep breath. And embrace the belief that the behavior itself is not the problem. And in fact, there's positive intention behind it. You guys are like, what? I'll say it again. The behavior that you hate, you despise, you dread, you try and suppress, that isn't the or a problem. And in fact, there is positive intention behind it. And once you can accept that a Cheetos binge has positive intention behind it, I want you to go a little bit deeper. And I want you to appreciate that intention. And I want you to think, okay, what message is my body sending to me about one of my core needs? You guys willing to take the challenge?
Yes.
Sure. Oh, fantastic. So if you would like to learn more about my coaching and my 3 facets for personal wellness, I'm sitting right there. Come find me after the talk. Give me your contact details and I will set up a free coaching session. And as I'm closing out today, I want to ask one more thing of you. I know I've asked a lot of you. One more thing. Find some quiet space. When you don't have your phone or your kids or your email, quiet space. Breathe into it and ask yourself, what is my relationship with my body?